Dubai in the UAE is the stunning backdrop for the Emirates Airline 2020 cricket tournament, a competition that is rapidly growing in stature. And this is what everyone is here for, a chance to win this impressive trophy. Some of England's top county teams will be going head-to-head, providing quality action at the Sir Maurice Flanagan Oval. County champions Yorkshire will take on arch-rivals Lancashire, as well as Sussex, who have dominated this competition over the last 3 years. There's also an all-star squad out here in Dubai representing the MCC, including Indian cricketing hero Yuvraj Singh, and all under the auspices of the England Test captain Alastair, who met the press before proceedings got underway.
Obviously, for the MCC guys, it's a great opportunity to represent a fantastic cricket club. These privileges don't come on very often, so to do that, we're going to have a good fun over the next 10 days. We're going to train hard and play hard, and hopefully we can, give a good account of ourselves. It'd be great for me to get to know a few of the guys. Really looking forward to playing alongside Yuvraj Singh in the 2020. I played a lot against him, so quite nice to get to know him for a day or two, and also seeing a couple of the youngsters come through, Ansari and Sam Billings. As an England captain, you don't often get a chance to see the next up-and-coming guys coming through, so to actually watch them close and personal for a week were really good for me. For myself, it's a great opportunity to build up in terms of match practice, getting through ready for the West Indies. So it's a really good build-up for me.
Also in the MCC side is rising Nepalese star Paras Khadka.
Well, it's a privilege representing MCC. So looking forward to it. Like back home, everybody's pretty excited. Like representing MCC, there's a lot of culture and heritage associated with MCC. So getting this opportunity just to represent them and represent Nepal cricket overall, I think I'm very, very happy, very, very proud. I'm looking forward to it. There are a lot of international cricketers, a lot of good English county teams and players as well. So as a cricketer, you can only grow when you play against good and better opponents.
Now, this may be a relaxed tournament, however the fast pace of 2020 cricket always brings out the competitive side in players.
A few years ago it was kind of a bit of a fun and just entertainment for the crowd. It's fantastic entertainment, but I think it's changed cricket and changed cricket for the better. So the skill levels now and what seems possible now were deemed impossible before 2020, and I think the standard of batting, the standard of fielding, the skills bowlers need, I think it's really changed our game. We've been lucky enough to play out here for England a couple of times, and it's certainly the one-day game. When we played Pakistan here, selling out the crowds and a great atmosphere. So cricket, especially over here, is growing fast, and tournaments like this, I think, will get bigger and bigger every year. And there's a lot of expats obviously over here, and a lot of different nationalities who love cricket. So I can only see the game in Dubai growing in Abu Dhabi.
This year's tournament is looking like it's going to be very competitive indeed.
We're really pleased with the strength of the teams we have this year and the quality of the players. It really is up to our game this year, with a Roses match taking place and the strength of the MCC side and the Sussex side. It should be a good day, but it'll be interesting to see who gets through the semi-finals, because Yorkshire, Lancashire is always competitive and you never quite know which way that's going to go. Sussex have got a good pedigree in T20, but MCC have got a very strong side this year, and particularly with Yuvraj Singh, who's probably got a point to prove that he wasn't in the World Cup and maybe should have been.
First up though, it's a classic battle of the Roses as Yorkshire take on Lancashire. Yorkshire were first in to bat. Your commentary comes from Martin Gillingham.
Well, Lancashire taking the pace off the ball from the first over. They'll start with Croft's gentle off spin coming round the wicket. Adam Lyth facing up to his first delivery. Just nudging it wide of mid-on, finding the gap. That's a single. Going over the wicket to Hod, on the back foot. Well timed, finding the gap through the field. That's our first boundary of the day. And Hod saw the length on that one very early. One bounce over the ropes for 4. An encouraging start for Yorkshire. All far too short from Bailey. over square leg, 4 more to Hod. "17 off his first 9 deliveries. But this time he's gone. Hod goes. Just a little bit of a bottom edge there. Tom Bailey. And that one really wasn't for hitting.
After the early dismissal of Andrew Hod, the batting partnership of Adam Lyth and Alex Lees dug in. And in the early overs, they kept the score steadily rising with some big hits. By the 8th over, Yorkshire were on 63 for 1.
Alex Lees, Yorkshire's youngest ever double centurion. He made an unbeaten 275 against Derbyshire a couple of years ago. Didn't get to the pitch of that one, and Livingston's underneath it. Well, it took a couple of attempts, but in the end, an outstanding catch from Liam Livingston, and Alex Lees goes. Lees made 24, and you could just see there, he realised he wasn't at the pitch of it, tried to stop the shot. Johnny Bairstow, who has fond memories of this part of the world. He once cracked an unbeaten 60 off 42 balls in a 2020 international against Pakistan. Well, just 1 run off his first 5 deliveries, but that out of the middle of the reverse sweep, his first boundary. Aaron Lilly dispatched to the 3rd man boundary.
So, with Johnny Bairstow now at the crease, Yorkshire started to up the pace of the game. In the 11th over, Stephen Parry went for 14, including this 6 from Bairstow, whose aggressive stroke play soon brought up the 100 with this boundary off Jordan Clark.
Nathan Buck into his 3rd over, his first 2 costing a run a ball. Well, Bairstow saw that one very early indeed. A 4 off the first, and that has gone all the way for 6. Johnny Bairstow well into the 30s now, and seeing the ball very easily. It's proving a very expensive 3rd over for Nathan Buck. Croft continuing around the wicket to Lyth. It's in the air, and that's out. Well taken at mid-wicket. Parry out in the deep. Lyth goes for 36 off 34 balls. Well taken.
In the 17th over, Bairstow claimed his 50 off just 30 deliveries, including 4 4s and 2 6s. However, Lancashire quickly claimed the wicket of Tim Bresnan. Soon after, Johnny Bairstow became the 5th man out. After that, Lancashire failed to take any more wickets, but did successfully slow up Yorkshire's run rate.
Rich Pyra, 5 off his first 10 deliveries. And that'll go for 4. Well, they all count. Clark to Pyra, last ball of the innings. And they'll get nothing from it. So the target for Lancashire Lightning will be 160. Johnny Bairstow, the star of the Yorkshire show, he made 54. Adam Lyth, 36 from 34 deliveries.
Yeah, pretty happy overall. There's quite a strong wind out there, so going from one end is going to be pretty tough. We've had the luxury of watching them bowl, so yeah, hopefully we can go out and execute our skills and make it tough for them to chase.
So Lancashire's target at the Sir Maurice Flanagan Oval in Dubai, 160 to beat Yorkshire in this first semi-final. Jack Brooks opening the bowling. Lewis Rees. And he gets it away through mid-wicket. And that's the first boundary of the Lancashire innings, coming in this first over. Tim Bresnan, who failed to score in the Yorkshire innings. Almost finding a way through, but that goes for 4. Liam Livingstone up to 5. Livingstone finding a gap wide of mid-on. They'll look for a second, and they get it. Seven came off Brooks' first over. Opening his shoulders. Good shot there from Lewis Rees. Straight over the top. Short. And that has gone for 6. Rees moves on to 19. Lewis Rees made a real impression for Lancashire in his first season back in 2013, averaging in excess of 50 in the county championship. And that's an example of why, swatting away Bresnan.
In the 5th over, Yorkshire claimed their first scalp, with Liam Livingstone being caught by Tim Bresnan. However, Lancashire continued to score well and were taking the game to their rivals. By the end of the 8th over, it was 61 for 1.
Adam Lyth preparing for the first ball of his first over. And that has gone high and handsome over the deep mid-wicket boundary.
Catch!
It's another 6. This time Lewis Rees moves into the 40s. Lancashire well up with the run rate. Crucial that Rashid makes a breakthrough. Brown down the wicket, and Johnny Bairstow does the rest. Brown goes for 19.
After the 9th over, Yorkshire took control of the game. Lancashire's run rate soon dropped away as the wickets started to fall, including this spectacular catch from Matthew Fisher to dismiss Paul Horton for 6 off Adil Rashid. It was still possible by the last 2 overs, but it would take a huge effort from the Reds.
Brooks into parry. Oh dear. That could have been very nasty. Aaron Lilly feeling the full force of that. Well, he's still got the presence of mind to run through. But that came very quickly indeed. Matt Fisher very tidy through his first 2 overs. But Lilly has found a gap through the field, and that's gone for 4. That just the second boundary off the bowling of Fisher through the vacant third man area. The county champions on their way to the final. Tim Bresnan will bowl the final delivery to Aaron Lilly. And Lancashire finish off with a flourish. It's gone for 6. Aaron Lilly ends unbeaten on 21. But Lancashire fall well short of the target set by their Roses rivals. 27 runs in all. Lewis Rees, the pick of the Lancashire batsmen with 47. Adil Rashid made all the difference. 2 for 18 from his 4 overs.
So the county champions are through to the final, but who will be joining them? The second semi-final is between the reigning Emirates Airline T20 champions Sussex and the MCC, featuring their exciting mix of international stars and up-and-coming young talent. Sussex started badly. Captain Luke Wright was soon out and quickly followed by Luke Wells. Leaving Sussex at 14 for 2, Craig Kachopa came into bat and quickly formed a strong partnership with Chris Nash.
Paris Khadka, a couple of singles off his first 4 balls. An outstanding talent, this young man from Nepal. Well, that was hit very hard. I think technically, that was a chance. Didn't manage to keep hold of it. Chris Nash got the one right out of the middle, straight back at him. Onions to Kachopa. Well, it's taken a while for Craig Kachopa to find the middle of the bat, but that was fiercely struck. First of all, a 4, and now a 6. It's proving an expensive over for Graham Onions. For Craig Kachopa, born in South Africa, learned his cricket in New Zealand. Nash, dispatch is done. From 14 for 2, this pair starting to turn things around. Just short of the half volley. 1 bounce, 4 runs. Fine shot that from Chris Nash. And that is going all the way for 6. Paris Khadka starting to get a little expensive. Craig Kachopa seeing the ball very well indeed. Way over the long on boundary. Zafar Ansari, who came through the Surrey Academy. And there he goes over the long on boundary. 1 bounce, 4 runs. This partnership proving invaluable for Sussex. Kachopa. That's a big blow. It's gone for 6. Craig Kachopa passes through 50. Matt Dunn, full pitch outside the leg stump. And that very straightforward indeed for Craig Kachopa.
So, as their partnership brought about the century, it also brought the demise of Craig Kachopa, caught by Nick Compton off the bowling of Yuvraj Singh for 69. It wasn't long then until Chris Nash also fell by the wayside, scoring 40 off 37 balls before he became Yuvraj's second victim. Harry Finch and Ben Brown then formed another strong pairing and kept scoring well all the way to the final over.
Sussex will be happy with how it's worked out in the end. Final delivery, Graham Onions. And Harry Finch slaps that over the boundary. It's gone for 6. Sussex were in trouble at 14 for 2, but then that partnership of 100 for the 3rd wicket between Chris Nash and Craig Kachopa. Kachopa top scoring with 69. Has set what will be a pretty tough target for the MCC. They have to make 165 to make it through to the final.
So it was a good innings for our defending champions Sussex, but the MCC squad certainly isn't short on talent. So let's see how they get on out at the crease.
England captain preparing for that tour to the West Indies next month. Yardy straying outside the leg stump, and Cook was very quickly onto it. He has made a T20 century before, not at international level. Shazad. And that, well, it's in the air. I don't think it's going to carry, but it will go for 4. Mills getting after that, but he couldn't stop it going over the boundary rope. England captain starting off in fine style. Shazad getting the treatment. That was brutal. That was neatly timed off the pads. There'll certainly be two there. In fact, that's how well timed it was. It's gone for 4. Cook's highest score at this form of the game playing for England, 26. Clearly been enjoying his winter. Slower ball. Cook not quite onto it, but it's still gone for 4. Too much width there from Shazad. No need to run for that one. Straight over the bowler's head. Little just turned through mid-wicket effortlessly, and that has gone to the boundary. This one's in the air. Luke Wells is under it, and that's a neat catch from Luke Wells. The innings of Alastair Cook comes to an end. It's a useful knock. He's made 35 off just 26 deliveries. Oh, just one hit too many from the England captain. The fielder barely had to move.
Cook's opening partner, Michael Carberry, didn't hang around much longer before joining him at the clubhouse. Nick Compton came into bat and put some resistance to the Sussex bowlers. He found the boundary a few times and dominated a partnership with Yuvraj Singh. Yuvraj fell for a modest 6 runs. Then when Compton was bowled out, the MCC were left at 83 for 4. After that, the runs started to dry up for the invitational squad. They failed to create any more meaningful partnerships, and the wickets started to tumble. Sam Billings was out LBW. James Hildreth only managed to cling on for 14 runs before being caught by the Sussex captain. And Paras Khadka added just 6 to the total. When Rushworth and Dunn fell cheaply, it left just Zafar Ansari and Graham Onions to try and prop things up in the final over.
Last man standing, Graham Onions, final over. 6 sixes will do it. Shazad straying down the leg side. Well, it's gone for 4. Well, that's going all the way. Onions had to wait for that a little bit. Well, the MCC are going down fighting. Final ball, and Sari had to reach for it. Well, they've got a single out of it. But in the end, the MCC have fallen short. They've been beaten by 19 runs. Decent performance that from Alastair Cook, 35. Nick Compton made 34. It looked rather promising at 82 for 2, but then things rather unravelled.
Yeah, the boys bowled really well. You know, we'd obviously come up with some plans in practice, and the boys executed them brilliantly.
For the next game into the final, Yorkshire, quite a challenge though.
It is, yeah. We're obviously going to use our squad as well, look at a few different players. So yeah, you know, they're a very strong unit, and obviously got a lot of England players in that team as well, so it's going to be a tough game, but if we bowl anything like that, we're giving ourselves a chance.
The final of the 2015 Emirates 2020 tournament is between the team of the moment, the Yorkshire Vikings, the reigning county champions, and a team that would dearly like to take this title for a 4th time on the trot, the Sussex Sharks. Let's go back to the action with our commentator, Martin Gillingham.
Fine shot from Adden Lythe. And you can see there why he's caught the eye of the England selectors. He was the run machine throughout 2014. Hobden's first delivery. And he's got him. Took a couple of grabs there from Steph PLA at slip. But Adam Lythe has gone. Yorkshire have lost their first wicket with 10 on the board. Lythe goes for 6. Well, it wasn't quite there for driving. Thick edge into the hands of PLA. Alex Lee's the new batsman. And he's gone first ball. A little edge. Comfortable for Kachopa. And Matt Hobden getting a little bit of movement off the pitch. Perfect length. What a ball to get first time. Johnny Bairstow will face the hat-trick ball. Bairstow, who made 50 in the semi-final. Oh, that one got up a bit as well. He played it well in the end. Hobden's got his tail up. It's in the air. And that's a comfortable catch down at third man. 3 wickets in his first over. The danger man, Bairstow, is gone. Yorkshire are in trouble. Well, Sussex have won this competition in each of the last 3 years. And that was a comfortable catch down there at third man. Bairstow just going fishing. Much resting now on the shoulders of Andy Hod. Hod, who's been at the county for a couple of years. Actually made his name down at Sussex. Well, Hobden conceding his first runs off the bat, and Hod carting him over mid-wicket. That's gone for 6. Hod pulling it through mid-wicket. That'll go all the way for 4. Steph PLA. Right arm, medium pace. And Hod dancing down the wicket. That's straight over the top. It's gone for 4. Well, Will Rhodes will be pretty happy to take a back seat here. Hod really taking control.
Sorry, mate. No, you don't want to do it.
And Hod just clips it away over the boundary rope. It's gone for 6. Well, it's quite a turnaround now from Yorkshire. They were 10 for 3. Asher Zaidi coming around the wicket. And that'll be a comfortable single. Well, they're looking for a second. They'll have to hurry here. And Rhodes gets in comfortably in the end. Rhodes 1 foot across the pitch, cutting loose. That's his first boundary and it's gone for 6. Harry Finch, 2 singles off his first 3 deliveries. And Will Rhodes has found the fielder at deep square leg. Yorkshire have lost their 4th wicket. Ben Brown taking the catch. A very useful partnership. They came together with a score at 10 for 3. They've put on 67, and Will Rhodes will be a little bit disappointed with that. He was just starting to get going. Jack Leaning, the next of the specialist batsmen to come in. He's just 21. Hit 111 not out last season off just 99 balls in a 50-over match against Essex. I spent quite a bit of time over the past couple of winters playing grade cricket in Australia. The bowler, Will Beer. And Hod lofts him over the boundary, and that is Hod's 50. An important innings against his former club. And Yorkshire on their way to setting a realistic target here for Sussex. A second maximum in just 3 deliveries, exactly the same spot from Andy Hod. Andy Hod has been the mainstay of this Yorkshire fight back. Jack Leaning going along quietly but efficiently. Runner ball stuff on 16. And that's a big hit. And that has gone for 6. Things ticking along nicely for Yorkshire. Improvisation there from Hod. Didn't get hold of all of it, but it's gone for 4. Well, experience today shows that anything in excess of 160 is very competitive. Little's third over. When you consider where Yorkshire have come from, they've done very well indeed. And Leaning, swinging at that, top edge, 4 runs. Well, that one had plenty of hit and hope about it. But this is proving the best partnership of the Yorkshire innings. Foot down the pitch, over the top. The captain can't really account for that. Makes room, swings it over the mid-wicket boundary. Invaluable runs from Jack Leaning. He moves on to 38. He's only faced 31 balls. Last 6 deliveries of the innings. Hod facing, makes room, finds the gap, 4 more. So where will Chris Little put this one? Goes for the Yorker, over pitched, straight over the top. It's gone for 6. It's proving quite a contribution from Jack Leaning. He moves on to 47. He's faced just 31 deliveries. Final ball, Jack Leaning on 49. In comes Chris Little. He gets it away. There'll be 2 runs there. Jack Leaning makes a very impressive 50 for Yorkshire. And in the end, Yorkshire have made 176 off their 20 overs. Andy Hard finishes unbeaten on 79. Leaning on 51. Good work also from Will Rhodes. He made 26.
I think we should be able to have a good chance of defending that. Great recovery from Will Rhodes and Andrew Hod. Hoddy played excellently. He's been in form all tour, and he's really showed how good he is.
Sussex have been pretty strong in this tournament before, so they're going to come at you, I'm sure.
Yeah, they've got a few very good players in their side, and like I said, they'll have a good shot at winning. But I think we can do well and hopefully bring the game home.
The Sussex Sharks could have a mountain to climb here in Dubai if they want to keep their crown, as the Yorkshire Vikings have set them quite an impressive score to chase down. Can they do it? Let's get back to the action.
Well, every time they don't score 2 or more off a delivery, that run rate goes up. It's about a run and a half a ball. Here comes Bresnan. 5th delivery of the innings. And there's the first boundary. Lofted over mid-off by Chris Nash. He saw it early, stepped down the wicket, made a bit of room for himself. Well, there's at least a single there for Nash. They're going to look for the second here. If the throw's good, he's out, and he's well out of his ground in the end. Luke Wright returning for the second, and Wright ends a very disappointing tournament here. He's run out for just a single. Well, confusion there between the 2 openers, and he was nowhere near. Chris Nash, 8 off his first 7 deliveries. Bresnan leaves that one a little short. The fielders should cut this one off. Oh dear. Well, at this level in the modern game, you'd expect the fielder to prevent that going over the ropes. That's a second boundary for Chris Nash. Short again from Bresnan. Straight over his head. Well, Chris Nash has made well over 10,000 runs for the county since he made his first-class debut back in 2002. Brooks short, it's in the air, and that should be out. It's a comfortable catch, and Sussex lose their second wicket. Luke Wells hasn't looked that convincing. Johnny Bairstow getting underneath it. You could see there how Wells got himself in a position, but knew he really wasn't in position for the shot. Straight up into the air. 2 down for Sussex. Rich Pyra, the bowler, a one-day specialist who's developed into rather more during his decade and more at Yorkshire. Oh, and that one beat everyone, including Bairstow. 4 byes. Bairstow standing up to the medium pacer, and that is a rescue run. Inside edge, 4 runs. Well, Rich Pyra is making life difficult here for Chris Nash. Well, Pyra bowls a nagging length. That one just over pitched. Comfortable, struck on the up. Over the head of mid-on, 4 runs. He's gone. Sharp chance, well taken by the keeper. The danger man, Kachopa, goes. He's made just 1. A second wicket for Jack Brooks. Very sharp right glove there from Bairstow. Harry Finch facing. Rich Pyra, the bowler. Just steps across. Lofts it over, long on. Very solidly struck, that one, by Harry Finch. Nash on 34. And immediate success for Adam Lyth. Straight into the attack. Gets the breakthrough, and what a breakthrough it is. Chris Nash goes for 34 off 26. Sussex now in all sorts of trouble. Well, let's see what Sussex make of the leg spin of Adil Rashid. They have to keep the scoreboard ticking over. And that was just a little bit of a loosener. Bit short. They're coming back for the second. Harry Finch is going to have to hurry here. And he's just got there. Well, that has to be close. And he's gone. Harry Finch caught in front. He goes for 10. 5 down for Sussex. So a first wicket with his 3rd delivery. Sussex need another 120. And that's just the sort of delivery you want to receive first up. Very easy indeed for Will Beer, just making a little bit of room for himself. And over the fine leg boundary for 4. Adam Lyth, dispatched. Good improvisation there. Half volley, swatted through 3rd man for 4. Last ball of the over for Adil Rashid. And that's out. Straight to the fielder at short extra cover. Will Beer goes, Lee's the catcher. And Beer just falling into the trap. Rich Pyra just making 1 or 2 alterations to the field, applying the pressure on Sussex, who know they now have to take 1 or 2 risks. Well, and that's one of them. Stepping down the wicket, wafting at it. It's another dot ball. He'll have to get his skates on. Well, he missed, but I think he was just in anyway. The required rate now in excess of 12 and over. Well, that's gone up into the air. Is there someone underneath it? Well, he's put it down. Well, Yorkshire haven't done that much wrong today. Tim Bresnan coming in from long off. Had to make some ground, but he had made it. He should have taken that one. Rashid to Brown. And that's an easy stumping for Johnny Bairstow. Adil Rashid really has frustrated them. It's another very mature display from the young leg spinner. Ben Brown goes for 18. Well, the title slipping away from the 3-time winners. Pyra Zaidi. Oh, that's a lusty blow through mid-wicket. Short, and just clipped over the top. That's another boundary.
Catch it.
Short, hasn't got hold of all of it. The fielder coming across, and that is a superb catch. Jack Brooks, the fielder. The 8th wicket goes down with just 100 on the board. Sussex falling a long way short. Well, Jack Brooks, 68 championship wickets last summer, and showing what he can do in the field. Oh, it's a comfortable catch. Alex Lees. Steph Pialet is out. That is 9 down for Sussex for just 101. A first wicket for Tim Bresnan. That was a bit of a nothing shot. Bresnan firing it into the body. Matt Fisher. Oh, Hobden's just fired it straight up into the air. His head is down. Adil Rashid's eyes are up. And that is the catch which brings it to an end. The county champions claim victory by a significant margin. Sussex are bowled out for just 102, falling 75 short of their target. And that is how it came to an end. Long way there for Adil Rashid. Rashid has been one of the stars of this Yorkshire side. Chris Nash was the only Sussex batsman who really looked comfortable at any point. He made 34. Luke Wright and Craig Kachopa, 2 of the danger men, both fell cheaply.
When you lose 3 wickets in I think the second over, you know, myself included, I think you're always fighting uphill. I mean, we had an amazing innings there from Andrew Hodd, who really, you know, got us in the game, and then we obviously had some standout performances there from ourselves in the field. Adil Rashid, you know, one there picking up 4 for bowled beautifully, and you know, when you've got scoreboard pressure in a final, you know, it is hard to chase a score like that.
It's been a great tournament out here in the heat of Dubai, and the 2015 Emirates Airline T20 Championship goes to Yorkshire, showing everyone that they mean business this year.